I'm standing outside Local History and Genealogy, which is located on Government Street in downtown Mobile. It's just east of Broad and a couple doors west of Midway Main Library. The entrance to LH&G is at the back of the building. That's also where you park. To get to the parking lot, turn on Scott between Main and the Distinguished Young Women offices, then turn into the driveway on the right just before the Church Street Graveyard Gate. It is a small parking lot, and if it's full, the main library's parking is just across the street. So let's go in and see what kinds of things we can find in Local History and Genealogy. Just inside the door, there are drawers full of microfilm and microfiche. This is where you'll find back issues of the Mobile Press that aren't on Newsbank. I'll put a link to our Newsbank video in the information box. There are also back issues of the New York Times, death records, and census records. On the left side of the entryway are the microfiche and film readers and a book scanner for making digital copies of items that can't or shouldn't be put on a photocopier. The file cabinets behind the service desk contain the vertical files, which are collections of articles about various subjects related to this area, like Mardi Gras, local businesses, local artists, and so on. You can see the index to the vertical files on our website. I'll include a link in the info box. There's usually some kind of display featuring a historical collection or event, so take a look at the tables to see what's new or coming up. The back half of the room is taken up by the stacks. None of these books check out, so you'll probably need to make use of the photocopier I'm squeezing by on the left. I'll point out just a couple things. The first shelf has city directories going back to 1837. The rest of these shelves are arranged by state and then county, with books containing marriage and death records and other resources relating to genealogy. These books aren't just limited to Alabama. We have at least a small section for each state. You can access more national records and even some international records from Newsbank or Ancestry.com. These services can be accessed from any of our branches, not just Local History and Genealogy. However, the public computers at LH&G are probably your best bet if you'd like some expert assistance. On the next to last row of shelving, there's a collection of yearbooks. The last row is genealogy periodicals and recent newspapers. This little office is the memory studio. This is where you'd go to convert VHS tapes to DVD or cassettes to MP3. There's no charge for the service, but you will have to bring your own supplies. Call LH&G for details or to make an appointment. These black cabinets contain historical maps. Then finally, that brings us to the vault. The vault is strictly climate controlled and is where we keep all of our oldest and most delicate items. You'll have to ask at the desk if you'd like to access any of the materials in the vault. A couple examples of the things held here are the records from the Clotilda and oral history recordings. Local History and Genealogy is a small building packed with a lot of information. For a more detailed list of the kinds of information you might find here, check our website. I'll put a link to LH&G's information page in the info box below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more information on how best to use library resources. And as always, thank you for watching.